The power of prayer. It's an overworked platitude, but is it true? Can our prayers change other people for the good, especially for the ultimate good of their salvation? Last week, taking off from something that C.S. Lewis said, I suggested that they can, that without violating a person's free will, that God can use our prayers to have a powerful and profound impact on their lives. But what good reason is there to think that this is true, that prayer can have this kind of powerful effect? Actually, there are at least two good reasons to think so. The first comes from quantum mechanics. It's something called quantum entanglement, and it provides a compelling parallel. Physicists have found that at the quantum level, what happens to one particle can affect another particle at vast distances away. As one expert says it much better than I can, the measurement of momentum, position, or spin of one entangled particle will affect momentum, position, or spin of the other particle, no matter how far the other particle is from the first. One particle has effects on another at great distances. These particles, which are the building blocks of our material world, have an unseen but undeniably real connection to one another. They exhibit a very real, even if invisible, relationship. And given this invisible interconnectedness at the quantum level, it's not all that unreasonable to think that there could be the same kind of invisible interconnectedness at the spiritual level. In other words, the profound relationality that exists between matter, it gives us good reason to think that by God's design, that same relationality can exist in the spiritual realm. The power of prayer. Second, there have been numerous documented cases where people have experienced some kind of healing effect from intercessory prayer. Oftentimes, these people have no prior knowledge that anybody was praying for them. They didn't find out until after they had that healing effect that somebody was praying for them at some distance. In his monumental book, Miracles, Craig Keener has done the most exhaustive scholarly analysis of miracles of the subject to date. In it, he's been able to document thousands of credible miracle reports. And while the catalyst for these miracles are many different things, often one common element, one feature, is that people are praying for somebody at a distance, and the person who receives the healing doesn't know until after the healing that these people were praying for them. While the scientific data, the scientific research on intercessory prayer has pretty much been inconclusive for a number of different reasons, what Keener has been able to do is to show that there are miracle reports based on people praying for people that are very difficult to dismiss. They contain uncanny details that are difficult, if not impossible, to explain any other way than as something miraculous. The most powerful, dramatic event like this, example like this that I've ever experienced personally, happened in a church I was serving when a woman was traveling. She was up in Boston and had a brain aneurysm. She's a member of the church, had a brain aneurysm. As she was literally at death's door, she had a near-death experience, being wheeled into emergency surgery. Some people at the church found out what was going on. Her husband gave a cell phone call to the church. And those people immediately gathered in a chapel. We had a little side chapel. They gathered in a chapel to pray for her. This woman says that at the moment they began to pray, even though she was miles away, couldn't know that they were doing this for her, and she was unconscious at the time, she could feel the effect of their prayers. And after she miraculously recovered from this brain aneurysm, when she would recount the story, she told us that she could even see the specific people as they were praying for her at that very moment. Through tears, she could rarely ever get through telling the story, understandably so. It was so emotional. Through tears, she talked about how overwhelmed she felt by their love and how instrumental that was in enabling her to get through that experience. The power of prayer. Of course, I haven't even begun to touch on many other aspects of prayer, like a lot of the other powerful effects intercessory prayer can have. And most importantly, the effect prayer can have on changing us, and above all, on connecting us to God. This is the most powerful effect prayer has. But if you've ever wondered whether your prayers matter, whether the prayers you pray for your loved ones, especially that they might come to know the transforming love of Christ, whether they have any kind of effect, doubt no more. The moment you pray for them, the moment you pray for somebody else, God takes that prayer and he unites it with his love for them. And then in very real and powerful and profound ways, he uses that. He uses your prayer to communicate your love to them and to draw them to himself. This is the power of prayer. So do you think prayer has such power? Do you think it has any effect? I'd love to hear what you think. You can go to the Contact EJ page of the Raising Jesus website and leave your comments there. Also, if you haven't had a chance to yet, please like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I truly appreciate all the support all of you have been giving me. Thank you.